We're gonna get into something. Um, and I think people people need to hear it. Yvette Walsh, peace, goddess. I think people need to understand. There's brother Steven, how you doing? How you doing, brother? There's years ago I used to say there's perks to being on a journey. There's perks of understanding the journey, of understanding what we are within ourselves. There's perks to it. Okay? We're just not, this is not a cult thing here. You understand? This is not a something where, oh, them people crazy or something is wrong with them. Okay, we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is changing your internal self to where you're not harmed. Okay? And we have proof, we have factual evidence, we have nothing but information that talks about this. You understand? Okay, Jesus, peace to the goddess. So we have facts to back this up. Okay, one of the biggest facts is the transitioning. Okay, and again, this is no shot at anyone. I'm just telling you what's real. Okay, and the real is many of my spiritual family, spiritual people who I know, who I love, people I'm around, things of this nature. They don't have no hiccups or no or no symptoms. Okay, symptoms. They don't have no symptoms of quote unquote COVID. Okay, or any disease. All right. So I'm saying this for a reason. I'm just not talking about it. All right. So like I say, share it up, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into this. And it's crazy because it's really, really simple. It's really simple that that is scary. It's just the fact that we don't want to conform to certain things. Okay, we don't want to conform to anything outside of the norm. You understand? Miller, piece of the goddess. Regina Hayes, what's going on? What's going on? So so we have those type of things going on with us that we don't want to connect to it. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, when it comes to this, I don't live in fear. Okay, um, I don't wear a mask. Um, you know, it can be 1,000 people around me with quote unquote COVID. I'll still be fine. Okay, like that doesn't affect me. Okay, like it's just different. It's different, and I'm gonna show you how. And it's crazy. And look, check it out now. The crazy part about it is I don't even have to show you how because they already did. The CDC and the government and all of this, they already told you how. Okay? I'm gonna throw this at you. So check it out. You have these people tell you everybody needs to wear a mask except children. Why? Children. Why don't children have to wear a mask? Like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on with them that they don't have to wear these things? Okay. Well, which the government knows, they have physical evidence that children, okay, are immune to disease. The only time kids get cancer and all of these rare diseases and all of this is because of the ignorant parents. And I'm not calling you dumb. Okay? The word ignorant simply means you lack knowledge. Okay? So when we talk about these children, okay, they end up getting cancer. They end up getting all of these diseases, and this is the crazy part. What's the coincidence that in every major city, there's a children's hospital? Is that so the people can take care of the kids, or because they know that the kids will get sick because what their parents do? At ages 1, 2 years old, okay, kids are being given cow's milk, cancer. At ages 3 and 4, kids are being given bacon, okay, eggs, all this kind of shit, okay, cancer. Okay, so when you see these kids on these commercials talking about, can you help us out? Because a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, all their hair has fallen out. It's because their parents were ignorant to truth. So what I'm telling you right now is not something that's going to harm you. I'm just giving you the real. And the real is the things we put inside of us. Okay, first it starts what we put in our minds, and then we put in our bodies. It will harm you. Okay, it will destroy you eventually. Okay, you can't just catch COVID randomly. Okay, COVID can only go to people who are wide open candidates for this. Okay, all right. Now, back to the children, right? So they say children, their immune systems and things of this nature, their immune systems are good, so they can't catch nothing. Let's talk about that. So on this particular level, as far as the child, why are their immune systems good and the adult immune system is not? Let's discuss that. First and foremost, pork chops, chicken. I mean, don't get me wrong, every now and again I still eat me some wings, shit like that. You understand? But we're talking about how we eat and what we do to ourselves. Okay? So children are not eating roast beef sandwiches, and the children are not eating these particular things. They're still eating, children's food and things of that nature. So the CDC says the kids are okay, but the adults aren't. Just think about that. What I'm trying to give you now is common sense. If the children's immune system, okay, is okay, all right, and yours not, don't you supposed to be trying to eat like children do? Or is that too ignorant or something? Or is that stupid to eat like a child? For the most part, a child is good, with some water, something like that. So, they don't eat, matter of fact, they don't want to eat anything until we train them to eat these things. Okay? All right? But I've heard kids being on breast milk from certain women until it was like 2 years old, 3 years old, still sucking the breast, still sucking the titty. Okay? All right? So my question is this. We don't have, as far as I know today, we don't have documentation, okay, that says children are dying from COVID. We don't have this. Okay? So why don't we start eating like a child? I'm just trying to make it make sense. It's simple. Okay? It's simple. Okay? But we have been trained to kill ourselves. Nobody kills you. Okay? Nobody kills you. This is suicide, folks. When you catch COVID, okay, and if someone transitions, that's suicide. Don't blame COVID. Okay, COVID is just a manufactured, fake ass so-called disease that they came up with in Massachusetts, and they told you it came from China. Would they say, uh-oh? Okay, all right. Laboratory, mixing chemicals. Ooh, this might work. Ooh, that might work. Let's put it out. Okay, damn. We beefing with China. Okay, damn. Let's say it came from them. Simple. So, the adult, at this point in time, we need to go back into the Benjamin Button. And what am I talking about? If some of you are familiar with Benjamin Button, well, Benjamin Button was an adult, okay, and Benjamin Button went all the way back to a child, okay, where he eventually so-called died. Well, he ascended. That's the real science of it, okay? Benjamin ascended, okay? He ascended to his Christ self, okay? All right? Some old teachings in Egyptian folklore. Your heart has to be light as a feather in order for you to ascend to godhood, okay? In church, in order for you to get to the kingdom of God, you have to become like a child. So who's the ignorant one in this, the child or the adult? What I'm trying to get you to understand is, if you change your understandings, okay, a child don't need much. And if you change what you do, okay, then you'll be okay. And I'm about to take you a little bit deeper here, because I know for a fact that black people, because of the school system, black people listen to white people more. Okay? All right? Like everything I'm saying right now. If there was a white man saying the same thing, okay, this video would receive 500,000 views. Easy. Okay? And that's okay, because we have been, manipulated that way, by our own selves. Again, that's a whole nother topic. All right? So, now let me give you this. Let me give you this real quick. And like I said on this post, all right? Hold on, let me see here. Like I said on the post, everything in the school system, 90% of the information that's taught, a white man did it. He created it, okay? He financed it. He thought of it. Whatever it is, he did it, okay? And when you hear, the first thing you hear about black people in school is you were a slave. So immediately you're taught that you're less than. Immediately, as soon as you get to the school system, you are taught that you're less than. Okay? So this is why what I'm saying now, would be easily received from a white person. Okay? And because I understand this, I'll show it to you. Okay?
The reason that these elite dark
And this is a documentary called Above Majestic. And a white boy, and he's going to talk about on a spiritual level. Okay, on a spiritual level, the reason why, okay, children are really immune. Okay, first I wanted to just give you, the things children eat. I mean, kids drink water all day. Like I used to drink nothing but water all day long. Like that was it. Okay, all right, I didn't catch any damn thing. All right, water until later on. Okay, I start eating all the good nigger foods. Okay, the fried pork chops, the liver, and all this shit that we eat. Okay, and next thing you know, boom, chicken pox. Okay, all right, boom, the cold and this and that and that and that. Okay, all right, but before that, I was good because all I did was drink water and might have a bowl of cereal. That's it. Peace of the God, Raheem. Like that's about it. That's about it. Okay? Again, it comes from us. But on a spiritual level, check it out.
occult societies. The reason that these elite dark occult societies sacrifice and traffic children, first and foremost, is the energy associated with it. So when a human is in the state of fear and trauma, they release a energy, and this energy can be picked up by essentially negative extraterrestrial beings, negative archonic influences, and they feed off of it. They literally feed off the energetic release of fear and trauma. When these dark groups use children, because a child is not mentally programmed yet as an adult is, they are much more innocent, they're much more connected into their higher selves or into their divine, if you will.
Stop right there. One more time.
Yet, as an adult is,
children are what?
More innocent, they're much more connected into their higher selves or into their divine, if you will. The trauma.
One more time.
Programmed yet as an adult.
They're connected to what?
Much more innocent. They're much more connected into their higher selves or into their divine, if you will.
One more time. One more time.
Programmed yet as an adult is, they are much more innocent. They're much more connected into their higher selves or into their divine, if you will. The trauma.
Okay, so Mr. White Boy says children are more connected to their higher selves. Children are more connected to their divine. Okay, so years ago, and it's crazy that it just came up. I just posted the video that I did 5 years ago where I said we're born gods and we're taught how to be human. We're born gods and then we're poisoned by our parents, grandparents, so forth and so on. So why don't we have documentation talking about children contracting this particular disease? So, where am I going with this? The more you understand who you are, the more you get into your divine self, you'll find out that you're going to become immune to all diseases. You're going to become immune to this stuff. It won't harm you. It's nothing I'm making up. Okay? I'm just telling you what it is. Not me, none of my people who are, nobody that I know who's on a journey was affected by anything. We don't walk around with a mask on. We don't do none of this shit. Okay? We are around people. It don't matter. Nothing happens. Because we're on the Benjamin Button train We're on our way back to the childlike mindset. Okay, the childlike mindset, which is God. Okay? Okay? That's what this shit is all about. Trying to get back to Godhood. If you want out of this whole COVID thing, let go of everything you were taught. That may be hard because you feel like, and this be the crazy part, right? The crazy part is, and I had a brother tell me this, and he used to argue me down, and I had to go ahead on and block him because it wasn't worth it. You know, and he used to tell me, man, ain't no way my grandma lied to me. No way my grandma would lie to me. This was about 4 years ago. You know, and the crazy part about that, she don't even know she's lying to you. She have no clue that she's lying to you because she was poisoned. Spiritually, mentally, physically. Okay? So, there's a movie called Songbird. One word. Songbird. On this movie, Songbird, they actually explain, okay, how you become immune to this quote unquote disease. And in the movie, they call it COVID-23. In the movie, they call it COVID-23. 2 + 3 = 5. Talking about Oshun. And what does Oshun represent? Pure love. Love, serenity. Okay. Newness, rebirth. And what is a child? Love, serenity, purity. What is a child? This is why for years people would say, people who are into Ifa and the voodoo and all of these different cultures, they would say, man, these gods be playing, man. They like to joke all the time. Yeah, man, you better watch out, man. Ishu like to joke all the time. You know, these guys be having fun, man. They'll come pull your covers off you and shit. You trying to figure out what's going on. You got, you know, these niggas in the house running around. Okay? All right? In Ifa, in the Yoruba pantheon, they talk about the Ibeje twins. Okay? This little girl and boy. Okay? All right? They could be playing with your children and you don't even know it. You see your 6-year-old in a room, you know, playing with toys by themselves, and they talking to somebody. Okay? So why would they say these children or these gods sometimes act like children? Why is that? And what's the science to have a pure heart? You have to become like a child in order to get to the kingdom of heaven. Trying to give you something to think about.
Good morning, Miss Garcia.
Good morning, sunshine.
Just trying to give you something to think about.
Good morning, Miss Garcia.
Good morning, sunshine. I miss you. I could kiss you right now.
Someday.
Yellow shirt.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
Grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
Beginning thermal scan. Thermal scan normal.
A horrifying new development
New
today.
data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Whoa, I'm immune.
Worldwide death toll.
I'm going to show you that one more time. He says, I'm immune.
Brain tissue.
Check him out. I'm gonna show you that.
Whoa, I'm immune.
He said he's immune. A yellow wristband. Everybody in this movie who's immune has a yellow wristband. Okay, i.e. the yellow brick road. Okay, all right, which is the signs of Oshun, which is the signs of you becoming God again. He's immune. So what we talking about here? We have a whole movie depicting everyone who was immune to the COVID-23. Everybody who was immune had a yellow wristband on. What's been the science of everything, goddamn? What's been the science of everything? You know, the return of Oshun and this particular energy. Okay? I don't know how many movies talking about, you know, showing some goddess in yellow or something to that nature. So if you want out, go in. This is no debate. There's nothing here to debate. Just look at the children and see how many kids have died from COVID. And that yellow Oshun represents the children. Okay? Let me go a little deeper real quick. You have the movie The Wiz, right? You have the great mother on The Wiz, Lena Horne. Lena Horne, okay, when she starts singing to Dorothy, she's surrounded by kids. The Matrix. Neo has to go see the Oracle. Neo goes upstairs. Neo goes up the elevator. He goes up the spine. Okay? Because that's what it is. He goes up the spine to go see the Oracle. And when one of the mothering energies opened the door, somebody put in the comments, the room was filled with mothers and children. This is no coincidence. They always give you that. They always give you, anytime there's a spiritual woman or something like that in the movie, she's always, look, spirit talking. Mrs. Peregrine, and I think in her peculiar children. Hold on. That's another one. Okay?
If I show you the rest, yeah. Right on time. Miss Peregrine, delighted to meet you.
Let me show you this real quick before I get out of here.
It's my peculiarity. If I show you the rest, you have to promise not to run away. Jake, right on time. Miss Peregrine, delighted to meet you. Jake, right on time. Miss Peregrine, delighted to meet you.
And all her children in the yard playing.
He's invisible.
Of course.
All kind of magical children.
We're what's known in common parlance as peculiar. Why aren't you eating?
She's embarrassed in front of Jake.
Don't be.
Because our abilities.
Miss Peregrine Home for Peculiar Children. Yeah. So I'm just giving you the understanding. Okay? All right? We're all trying to ascend to our great divine feminine selves. I don't care if you're a woman or man, it doesn't matter. Okay? Because all of us are stuck in this masculinity. All of us. Okay? So we're trying to make it to the house of mothers and her children. Okay? That's where we are now. So I just want you to think about that. Just want you to think about that. Okay? Think about why, all of these stories, these mythologies talk about these mothers and they're always with a bunch of children. And why is that the children can't catch COVID, but you can? And the white boy just said the children are closer to their higher selves and they're closer to the divine. What else do you need? What else do you want? You want to become immune to anything. Raise your consciousness. Raise your vibrations. What are we talking about? Strip yourself from everything you ever known. Start over from scratch. With you as God. And you can't deny it because it's in your book. It's in your Bible. Pastor just never told you about it because he's making too much money to tell you that. He need you happy, deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid. That's where he needs you. He needs you shouting and screaming. And when that collection plate come around, he needs you dropping that money. So, I'm going to get on off here. But I just wanted you to understand that. If you want to be immune to this thing or to anything, strip yourself from all things you've ever learned. Solar system, this, that, everything, that school system. What grandma told you, what mama told you, strip yourself and start over. Start over in pure love within yourself. We understand there's nothing that you never heard that before. That's understandable. Okay? Not until I started to understand myself to be God. It was actually the first time I heard to love me. You're not taught to love you in Christianity. In no religion, you're not taught to love you. You're taught to worship shit in the clouds and wait for a damn UFO to come down. That's what you're taught. In Islam, you wait for a UFO to come down and save your life. That's what you're taught. You're not taught to focus on you, love you. We want to hop in relationships and all of this and don't love us. And then a relationship fuck up and you trying to figure out why. You never loved you in the first place. Fall in love with yourself, family. Okay, you want to become immune? Fall in love with you. I'm out, man. Peace.